to another episode of Backpack BushCraft. Last week, as we was wrapping up our candle selection video, I said that this week would be a review of another candle lighter that I purchased. This candle lighter is light, compact, super tough, and the candles themselves are very, very powerful. Please allow me to introduce UCO's Collapsible Candle Lantern. Before we get into our testing to see what this thing can do, let's go over the specs. This stands about 6 inches tall, 4 inches when collapsed. It has two main pieces, what I call the candle chamber and the lantern body itself. The lantern's body is made up of 3 to 4 parts. You have a 3-inch by 1.5 diameter. You have the lantern body itself, just a little bit bigger than the globe. It actually has a peephole cut into it so you can see how much candle you have left. It also has cuts on the top that fit these fingers. These fingers are actually bent out a little bit further than the body itself, and that's to help hold it into place. Off of this, it has a cap to help protect against weather and also to allow vapor to escape. It also has a nice bell with a pitch in it so that when you hang it, it actually hangs straight down. It also has a chain in case the bell is not able to be used. The chain is probably one of the most annoying things on it because it does get caught on everything, but I'll overlook it for right now. When you go to assemble this thing, you want to make sure your bell lines up with your candle lantern properly. Check it before you go to apply it. Once your candle lantern is collapsed again, you want to then insert your globe. You want to be very careful. If you go fast, you will pull up a finger. That's going to scratch your globe or possibly snap a finger. But you want to go slow. Once you get all those fingers around the globe, slowly press it into place until it stops. Next, we'll move to the candle chamber. This is made up of about 3 or 4 pieces as well. You have the candle shell. You want to open this very carefully because the spring actually has a lot of tension on it. But it has a spring and a plug. They actually will separate, but I'm going to leave them together. You also have a what I call a cover plate for the spring, or it basically protects the melting wax from getting caught into the spring. If it gets caught into the spring, it probably would make it unable to work right. You then have the candle itself, and then you have, again, the candle shell. Now, to do this, you're going to take a candle, you're going to insert it into the chamber, you're going to follow it up behind with the plate. It actually has 2 sides. You want to use the concave side, and you want to insert the spring into the concave side. Go very slow. You don't want this to spring out. Once you get it down and locked in place, you then insert it into your lantern and twist it to lock it. Now, to light this, you can light it this way, insert it, and open it up like that. That'll work. You can also lower the globe, light it that way, move the globe back up into position, and you're good. With all that out of the way, I think the next thing we should do is go straight into our first test. For our first test, we're going to be seeing if we can light this thing with a spark, some char cloth, and the candle itself. Let's check it out. So this is the first candle that I was ever able to catch on fire with just a spark. So let me sort of explain what happened. While I was blowing into the char cloth that was building the ember and it was really hot, it would melt some of the wax and it would melt it into the char cloth and it would get onto the char cloth. When I saw a spot on the char cloth that was not red, it was just black or whatever, I would blow even harder because I was trying to melt that wax. When you melt the wax, it releases the vapor. The vapor is what you're going to catch on fire, and that's what's going to produce the flame. Once you have the flame produced, it's just as easy as setting in the candle, and the charred tip will actually take the flame very easy, and then you have sure fire in your hand. Honestly, I think I can do it with any other candle now that I sort of have a better understanding of what I was doing. But I gotta give it to it. It was the first one I was ever able to do it with. For the next test, we're gonna see how well this thing does with illumination. Now, it claims to have the ability to do 20 lumens or something. I don't know what the word is. I'll write it down below. You can read it yourself. The main things I'm looking for is I want to see how well it lights up my area, and then we're also gonna take it to the track and see if we can read the side with it. But just sit right there. We'll wait till it turns night, and we'll try it out. Okay, so next we're testing the UCO's radiating illumination, or basically its ability to light up an area. Right here, as you can tell, you can see me very clearly, very reminiscent to the electric illumination devices, the lantern in particular. If I hold this candle lantern 2.5 feet away from me, you can still see me. Same. With that in mind, I'm thinking it's about has a 5-foot radius of light. And if you want to look down, you can see I have plenty of light at my workstation. So I could easily be doing multiple things. Okay, so we have the lantern here. We are at our 10-foot mark. And we're going to see if we can see the sign. Okay, I can sort of see it. I can't see it on there yet. I feel like I'm playing Amnesia, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I can see the word here. It's animal. That's how far away I had to be able to read it clearly. Maybe about a foot away. Yeah, pretty close to be able to read it. But not as close as I had to be with the other ones. So we'll give it a point that in his favor. So the candle lantern did really good with illumination. It lit up my area. I could have worked and done anything way better than any of the other candle lanterns I've done. I do think I could make my candle lanterns better, but I haven't, so I'm going to give it to this one. The only thing I have a problem with is I kind of hope to do better on the track. But I do know UCO makes a cup. I don't know if it's for this lantern or not. It might not be, but it looks like it's for this lantern. It's a metal cup, and you put it behind it. It actually reflects the light to focus the lighting better. So that might be something you want to check out if that's something that's going to be a need for you. For me, I keep a flashlight with me, so it's just kind of a bonus if it does it at all. But with that, we'll move on to our third test. We're just going to do a burnout like we did last week. We're going to light it on fire, and we're going to see how long it burns. It claims 9 hours. We'll see if it's telling the truth. Alright, it's morning. It burnt for 13 hours and 40 minutes. I lit it about 3 p.m. yesterday, and it did go out till 4:40. I'm exhausted. I just wanted to wake up. It's like 8 o'clock right now or something. I just wanted to wake up and tell you how long it burnt for and everything. I'm actually probably going to go back to bed, maybe. I don't know. I'll come back in a little while and we'll do test 4 and test 5. Test 4, we're not actually going to do testing. I'm just going to talk about sort of the worries I have for field repair. And then we'll also just talk about test 5. Test 5 is just going to be the price point. Do I think it's worth the price point or not? But just give me a minute. We'll be right back. Before we get into the discussion about test 4 or field repair, I do want to say that it burnt for 13 hours and 40 minutes. That is 2 times longer than the closest competitor, which was the squat candle, which burnt for 6 hours, I think 15 or 30 minutes. I can't remember right off. But it's still 2 times longer than that, so I got to give it props. It did a fantastic job. Now, on to field repair. The only part I'm really worried about is just to do with the lantern itself. Mainly the globe and the fingers of the lantern body. Now, if this globe was to crack, I do not know how well your lantern would work, because how this lantern works is the globe actually applies pressure to the fingers, which then put pressure onto the body, which holds it all together. So if this broke, or if you had to take this out, I don't know how well it would work after that. So that's something I'm kind of worried about. I don't know if you could slide it up and down. That's the other stuff I'm worried about. So, you know, the globe possibly being broken does sort of worry me. The second thing with it is, if the globe's okay, but you lose a finger, I don't think this system will work, because it's all held together by the tension from these fingers. If you're missing a finger, you're missing tension, and that's not going to work the system right. That's another worry and fear I have for this. And I mean, they're not so bad off that, and the fingers aren't like so flimsy that I'm worried about breaking one off. But I mean, you could probably easily break one if you weren't paying attention how you were inserting your globe. So that was just something that's the only thing I'm worried about. I just wanted to make that point out there. Besides that, it claims to be made out of stainless steel, and I would absolutely believe it. It is rock solid, and I do think it'll last for a long time, especially if you take really good care of it and you keep maintenance on it. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, and this is, I guess it's not really field repair, but it's kind of is. The old lanterns that will work with the UCO lantern is the UCO candle. Not surprised, kind of like Apple, you have to have the right charging cord to work with your Apple phone. You know, you might get away with a stick candle, but that'd be about it. Squat candle won't fit in there. Tea candle won't fit in there. You might find another candle, but just kind of want to put that out there. I thought that was something worth mentioning. And that'll about do it. I guess now we just need to go into our fifth and final test, which is the price point. Before I even tell you the price point, I do want to say that this is a fantastic piece of gear. I've had so much fun playing with it, so much fun testing with it, so much fun using it. It's a whole lot of fun. I do recommend getting it if you have the scratch for it. This thing is going to set you back quite a bit. Is one of the main reasons I didn't buy it for so long. The lantern itself is $17. It comes with one candle. I also bought an additional set of 3 other candles of the base level for $8. Now they actually have a combo pack for about $23 to $21, something like that. It changes on Amazon every day, so I should have bought that, but I ended up spending about $25, $26. But let's sort of break it down and we'll figure out the value of all the parts and pieces in together. With that pack of 3 candles for $8, you can divide that up, and each candle ends up being about $2.66. If you subtract $2.60 from the $17 I was paid for the candle, you get the price of just the lantern, not the candle it comes with, and that's about $14.33. Now, to sort of give you an idea about that $14.33 of actually how much it's worth, for $14.33 I could easily make 3 candle lanterns, possibly 4 candle lanterns of my design for that same price, including the tools needed to make it. Again, if you're looking for quantity over quality, that might be a way to do it. And you can actually make my candle lanterns a lot brighter just by adding more holes. I just don't like doing that, but that's totally a possibility. Now, going back to the candle, talking about the candle, for $2.66, I could actually buy 5 squat candles. Those squat candles will last 6 hours and some, but that would give me 30 hours of light for the price of one of their candles, double the amount of light that one candle could give me. Now, I do understand that it's worth more because it's so small and so powerful. I understand that. I'm just sort of explaining, I'm playing devil's advocate basically. And for a 3-pack of those candles, each one costing $2.66, for $8, I could buy 15, 16 of those squat candles, and that would give me 90 to 96 hours of lighting. Now, that'd be a lot of candles I'd have to carry with me compared to just the 3. But again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just kind of giving you an idea. Because it would cost me so much to have 4 of these candle lanterns, and the problems and fears I have with field repair, I'm not going to be packing this in my kit. This will actually go into a couple other kits I'm going to be making. I'm going to be making an ultralight backpacking kit eventually someday, which is, again, what this thing was made for. I would put it in a hunting kit. And lastly, it would be good at EDC kit if your EDC can actually accommodate it. Mine can't. As you all know, my EDC kit is filled to the brim already. But if I could put this in EDC kit, this would be a perfect light source for an EDC kit. Again, I really do love this item. It's just not good for my BushCraft kit because my bush kit is designed around higher quantity over higher quality. That's just sort of the sacrifice I'm willing to take. Well, guys, that'll do it for this year. This is the last episode. We are going to have a Christmas special next week, so don't miss it. And to make sure you don't miss it, you need to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Backpack BushCraft. As always, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BPackBushCraft. You can also check out the website where I post a blog every Sunday night, 10 p.m. EST. That website is www.backpackbushcraft.com. And until next time, guys, keep those fires burning. Put another log on for me.